Guru.
Whoa. Guru? I'm no guru.
Okay.
I'm just a guy who loves his tech.
A show where the mysteries of megabytes and motherboards shall be unraveled.
Bro, nobody talks like that anymore. This is all about connected ecosystems, EVs and AI that you can use in your daily lives. We aren't talking about time travel yet.
Gadgets tested under extreme conditions.
But why? I review tech for people like you and me. You know what? Let me take it from here.
All right.
Tech isn't that complicated. In fact, it's about making our lives simpler, better, and more fun. That's what we do on Tech 360. Real talk, real reviews, tech that you can actually use.
Tech has changed. So should your tech show.
If it matters to you, if it matters to you, if it matters to you, it matters to India. It matters to India. And it matters to me. And it matters to me.
India Matters with Shivakumar. Only on NDTV 24/7.
We see the problems, but you as a social entrepreneur see the solutions. You are not just creating solution, you are creating a future where everyone has a chance to thrive. For the change makers, the innovators, the ones building a better world, one solution at a time. The Adani Green Talk Social Impact Awards are created for you.
Now, after actor Sonu Sood, the Punjab Chief Minister, he has now reacted to NDTV's campaign and has assured all possible assistance for Abijot's family. Like I said, actor Sonu Sood, he had earlier spoken with the family of Abijot. He had assured all the help. Abijot Singh, this 8-year-old kid from Talwandi in Amritsar, he's battling a severe kidney disorder. Amidst the Punjab's worst floods in decades, his family is completely cut off by the floodwaters, leaving his family stranded and unable to access the life-saving treatment that he receives every 2 months at Chandigarh. That's a 200-kilometer ride from where he stays. And with their entire farmland that has now been submerged, income that is lost, his parents are appealing for help to cover, and that appeal has been heard by the Chief Minister himself, who has said that all help will be given to this young kid. Listen in to what the Chief Minister has said. The Punjab Health Minister has said. We've heard from the Punjab Chief Minister that there is going to be help for this little kid, Abijot. What kind of help are we looking at?
All kind of help. We will reach out to the family and bring the child to the hospital, do all the tests and treat him. And as a doctor, this is a condition which is both treatable as well as curable. So the child will lead a normal life and government will bear all the expenses. So we have the mobile medical teams and ambulances also, and if not, then we have the boat ambulances also. So we will reach out to the family, bring them to the hospital, base hospital, and then if need we take him to the medical college. And we will get him the best possible treatment and make sure that the child leads a normal life. The Honorable Chief Minister has already told me to provide all possible help.
Dr. Singh, it's a dire situation, especially in the rural and flood-affected areas in Punjab. What steps are being taken to upgrade the immediate healthcare infrastructure in those areas?
That is very important question. Right now, you see, this is our top priority. So we have a very elaborate emergency response system, which has 323 mobile medical teams. That's from the government sector. And now we have been joined by Indian Medical Association and various NGOs and charitable hospitals. So they have given us another 250 ambulances. We had our 174 ambulances already in operation. So then we have the rapid response teams, more than 350 rapid response team, which is being managed by a paramedic. So they go to the periphery and then you see if the patient needs that consultation of a doctor, then the mobile team takes over and we have the baseline hospital. I mean, maybe in a school, maybe in any other government building, which is the last spot which can be reached by the ambulance. We have the base hospitals. Then we have our own hospital, district hospital and sub-division hospitals, which are working 24/7. And there is overwhelming response from the private sector as well. Even the private medical colleges, they have given us specialists, and there is no dearth of medicines. There are a lot of, you see, there are 2-3 concerns. One is the snake bites, and other is dog bite, and in addition to that, vector-borne and waterborne diseases.
Well, the Punjab government taking note of the NDTV campaign, Save Abijot. In fact, as I had mentioned, our colleague Reet Kaur Sani, she had highlighted this story. She brought this story to the fore about this 8-year-old kid who's suffering from a serious kidney ailment because of the floods, because of the dire situation there in Punjab and in that particular area in Amritsar. There was delay in treatment because of those floods. The family, it was not able to go to the hospital. Abijot, he suffers from serious kidney ailment. He needs urgent treatment. In fact, this family, they travel to Chandigarh. They travel to Chandigarh, which is 200 and 250 kilometers from there. And they have to do it regularly, but with their farmland that is submerged, the entire income that is lost, his parents, they were appealing for help in order to cover that cost. The cost of his next medical cycle. His condition, it is worsening without, and it has been worsening, and it is going to be worsening without timely care. But our campaign, NDTV's campaign, Save Abijot, we tried to highlight this story, and we have been getting reactions from actors, from politicians. In fact, Sonu Sood, as we had mentioned earlier, he had spoken with the family of Abijot. He had assured all the help. He has in fact posted on his social media this NDTV's report that we had done earlier. He had promised that all help will be given to the family of Abijot for his treatment. And now the Chief Minister, the Punjab Chief Minister, he has also reacted. He has in fact reacted to NDTV's campaign. He has assured that all possible assistance will be given to Abijot for his treatment. Remember, this is an 8-year-old boy that we are talking about. Comes from Amritsar, a small village near Amritsar. He is battling a severe kidney disorder called the nephrotic syndrome amidst the Punjab's worst floods in decades. His entire village, it is completely cut off by flood waters. The entire family, it has been stranded there. They have been unable to access the life-saving treatment that he, in fact, receives every 2 months in Chandigarh, as I had mentioned earlier. In fact, let's go across to my colleague, Reet Kaur Sani, who broke this story, who got the details about what this family needs. Reet, you're sitting with the family of Abijot. What is their reaction? Just give us a sense of that.
Right, absolutely, Osama. I'm sitting in Pind Talwandi Rai Dadu, and this is in Ajnala. Like you rightly mentioned, yesterday we'd actually come with Khalsa Aid for Seva over here, and we met Abijot as well as his family. We know when he first entered, we couldn't quite understand why, he was in a corner. He was not playing like his other siblings, and he was in a lot of pain. He was also crying. In fact, he's right here with me at this point in time. And I'm actually going to go across to his parents and understand for them what this means to them. Of course, like you mentioned, the Chief Minister has also talked about how he's going to give, help to his family. Sonu Sood has come forth, and apart from this, we also have 2 other donors who also are present with me right now. So I'm going to ask his parents, Sir, Bhagwant Maan ने बोला, Chief Minister ने कि वो आपकी बेटे की मदद करेंगे. सोनू सूद ने बोला है 2 लोग आपके घर तक आए हैं जो आपकी मदद करना चाहते हैं. आप क्या कहना चाहते हैं इस पे?
ठीक है मैडम, ये ना 6 साल ਦਾ ਲੜਕਾ ਸੀ ਤੇ 9 ਸਾਲ ਉਮਰ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਇਹਦੀ ਬੱਚੇ ਦੀ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ 3 ਸਾਲ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਇਲਾਜ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਜੀ. ਹਾਂਜੀ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ 9-10 ਲੱਖ ਰੁਪਈਆ ਲਾਤਾ ਹੈ. ਮੈਂ ਬੱਚਾ ਇਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ, ਬਸ ਮੰਨ ਕੇ ਚੱਲ 2-4 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਇਦਾਂ ਹੀ, ਠੀਕ ਠਾਕ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ, 1.5 ਪਾ ਕੇ ਫਿਰ ਇਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ.
जी, पर अब देखिए आपका बिल्कुल उसकी जर्नी बहुत ज़्यादा डिफ़िकल्ट रही है, पर अब जैसे मान साहब ने बोला वो हेल्प करेंगे, बाकी ये लोग भी आए हैं मदद करने, तो अब आप कैसा फ़ील कर रहे हैं कि आपको फाइनली उसकी जो भी मदद है, जो भी उसका इलाज है, उसमें आपको इतना सपोर्ट मिलेगा सबसे?
ਹਾਂ ਮੈਡਮ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਹੈ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਬਹੁਤ ਕਰਦੇ CMP
जी
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਤੇ
जी
ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਬਾਕੀ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਏ ਸਾਡੇ ਘਰ। ਠੀਕ CM ਸਾਹਿਬ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਬਾਕੀ
जी 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 बिल्कुल
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ
जी, पर आप बेफिक्र रहिए, अब उसको हेल्प आ रही है, उसका जो उसको बीमारी वो बिल्कुल क्योरेबल है, सो वो बिल्कुल ठीक हो जाएगा। अभी इतने लोग आ रहे हैं, उसका बेस्ट से जगह इलाज होगा और कोई आपको परेशानी की बात नहीं है। कुछ आप और कहना चाहेंगे जो व्यूअर्स देख रहे हैं उनके लिए?
ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਡਮ ਤੇ ਚੱਕਰ ਇਹ ਜੇ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹਦਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਲਾਜ ਕਰਾਉਣਾ ਹੈ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਭਰਾਵਾਂ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਹੈਲਪ ਬਾਰੇ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। ਬਾਕੀ ਇਹ ਭਾਵ ਇਹਦਾ ਇਲਾਜ ਕਰਾਈਏ ਕਿ ਚੰਗੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਮਹੀਨਾ ਡੇਢ ਸਹੀ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ, ਬਾਕੀ 6 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਉੱਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਜੀ। ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ
Right, you can hear his father. He's extremely overwhelmed. Earlier, also when I entered, his grandmother just came in and she tightly hugged me. And they all are extremely overwhelmed at this point in time. And you have to understand that there's a lot of emotions that's involved. He said that since the past 3 years the treatment's been going, he's not been going to school. This hampers his daily life. His mother over here, who's always whenever I've seen her in these past 2 days, I've always seen her be very in a very in a course. I mean her. And it's important. Why also? Because like Abijot, there are many people in Punjab who are affected by the floods. Many of those who have have to understand that there is water out there. People go through this entire area, so we don't even know what is the entire sea of diseases that we are looking at. That and also because he has an existing condition, could God forbid the water exacerbate his condition. So there is not just Abijot, there are many people like him who need your help, who need your support, and we are NDTV are running a campaign. Luckily it's yielded impact in less than 24 hours, and we have help for Abijot. Talking about help for Abijot, like I mentioned earlier, that there are 2 NGOs that have come up to help for Abijot. One is the Khalsa Aid, with which we came yesterday. There's so present here, and there's also ma'am who is from the Sun Foundation. The Sun Foundation is by Mr. Vikramjit Singh Sahani, who is Rajya Sabha MP. Now I'm going to go to them and understand from them, how did they understand about this entire issue. Of course, the Khalsa Aid came with us, so they knew about the case way before us. They were in fact people who flagged the issue to us. So I'm also going to try and understand what the vision behind is and how exactly they're going to help Abijot. Yeah, right. So how exactly are you going to help him? And what is your vision behind this? Because you've really been tirelessly working on the ground. I've been seeing your reports. I've been seeing you. I've personally been with you to several places to help people. How is the condition? How are people who have health problems taking care of themselves during the floods?
No, first of all, thank you for NDTV for putting this whole report up, and all the viewers. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Hi everybody. So for Khalsa Aid, we just don't work on disaster relief. We work on the humanitarian basis for the welfare of human life at the large. So the motto of our mission, the vision is pretty much same, to recognize the whole human race as one, and the welfare of all sarbat da pala. So in that, it's just not limited to the Russian, not limited to just a cattle field, but it's more about helping people out in any way possible. And we really want to thank our donors. We just got a donor from Toronto, especially from Sudbury, who want to help this kid out, and we just want to be that channel. So the help will be here.
Right, and you've talked about channels. I'm also going to quickly go to the Sun Foundation. We have with us, she's a member, she's a party volunteer, she's present over here. I'm also going to understand from you, ma'am, how did you understand? He was with us yesterday, but you weren't. So, how did you come about knowing about this? And also help us understand that, what exactly is it that you're going to do to help the child?
Yeah, actually, we came to know from your NDTV reporting yesterday. Our president, Mr. Vikramjit Singh Sahni, Padam Shri MP, he has seen this video, and he immediately guided us to visit here and to see the child.
Exactly, and owing to that, she's here, and she's also been walking me through what all it is that they will do for Abijot. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is hope, and we can see it in this case. Back to you, Sama.
All right, we all hope that all the promises that have been made to help this family reaches Abijot and his family very, very soon. Reed Kaur Sahni, thank you very much for getting us all those details. And a shocking drug bust in Hyderabad. Police have uncovered a major MDMA racket that was being run not through the usual shady corners of the city, but through a gay dating app. Two peddlers, they were earlier arrested under the NDPS Act, but they returned to trade after getting bail. They have now been caught again. Along with them, 7 consumers, including a general surgeon, an IT recruiter, and even a sex worker have been detained. Code names like Rocket, like Pigeon, they were being used to secretly peddle ecstasy online. With drugs worth nearly 15 lakh rupees seized and one detainee testing HIV positive, the bust has triggered both a crime as well as a public health alarm. The big question that we are asking here on the show today is, have the dating apps become drug hubs, or are they becoming drug hubs? In fact, let me go across to my guests at this point of time. I have Sunita Krishnan, social activist from Hyderabad, and Ivan Mehta, global technology expert, TechCrunch. Let me start by asking you, Sunita Krishnan, when we talk about this particular case and a lot of such cases, it highlights not just a crime but also public health concerns. Like I mentioned, one person has tested HIV positive. How worrying is this overlap of drugs, unsafe practices, health risks? Just break it down for us.
Osama, thank you so much for taking this up on NDTV, because most people don't want to talk about this. There's so much of stigma and so much of silence around drug peddling and drug trafficking, because it's not just about the poor. You have, in the last few months, if you see the number of drug rackets that has been busted in Hyderabad, you will also notice a premier university where young people, more than 50 of them were suspects. So it is definitely a very alarming situation. Not only Hyderabad, I would say all metropolitan city. But also the fact that today the digital medium, or the new scene of crime, is the digital medium, whether it is dating app, whether it's social media apps, or it is instant messaging. Technology is the new scene of crime, which all criminals have used extensively and using it more and more. And a very troubling and very worrying factor is at the pace at which they are using these platforms. The enforcement mechanism is not able to kind of match their pace in terms of handling the thing. Now, coming to, public safety, I would not like to comment on that, because that can happen anywhere. But the fact that a dating app is used with code words and emojis and all kinds of encrypted, messaging to deal with a crime is one concern. But also another very, very big concern for me is that these are all repeat offenders. There doesn't seem to be any kind of deterrence. See, criminals are using the newer ways. Social media or the digital platform is the most accessible platform now to find the most vulnerable, whether it's young people, the consumers, you get it. So if you see some of the drug rackets that has been busted from, say, April of this year, you will see a profile of 14 to 21 years old also, who are the consumers and buyers, not just the doctors and, the professionals and others. So there is a whole vulnerable population around this whole space, and they use dating apps, they use social media, and in these same spaces, these peddlers and traffickers, drug traffickers are all entering the space and using those vulnerability to commit a crime. But the sad part is none of them are getting convicted. None of them are getting fixed for the crime that they have committed. So there's no deterrence, and therefore this platform is going to be used more and more. Not just the dating app. Osama, I would give you examples also from the matrimonial sites. I will give you examples also from classified and also Facebook and Insta, where such peddling has happened.
We'll try. We'll try and make a sense of that. Before I go to Mr. Ivan Mehta to make a sense of how technology is actually, being used in this particular manner, let me go across to my colleague Ashish. who's reporting from Hyderabad. Ashish, take us through how this racket was busted. Give us the details.
So, Osama, first of all, we need to understand how these guys get caught. Basically, police were tracking one drug peddler. He is based out of Bangalore, a Nigerian national. First, he was tracked, and through him, these two peddlers here in Hyderabad, they were identified. Later on, Commissioner Task Force is a specialized wing working directly under Commissioner of Police Hyderabad. They nabbed these two peddlers from a North Zone area of Hyderabad. And later on, while investigating these two peddlers, police found that there are several of the consumer and they are using dating app, a gay dating app, to lure their customer as well as to supply drugs and to inform them about drugs. So that's a worrying trend which Hyderabad police has now realized, and they are, while they are counseling all these consumer because they are drug abuse persons, and they are treated as a person who are kind of addicted to drug. They are victim of drug abuse, so they are being counseled. On the very other hand, these two persons, the accused, the peddler, who been previously arrested, they served jail term, and later on they again came out, and then again they started procuring as well as selling drugs. So now police is trying to identify more and more drug peddlers, how they were procuring drugs. They were bringing drugs from Bangalore after purchasing there, and they were selling it here in Hyderabad. So how they were bringing that drug, that is being investigated. These two persons, apart from these two arrested persons, whether there is a larger conspiracy or larger network of drug supplier and drug consumer, that is being investigated. So clearly it's a very shocking kind of development. Remember, Telangana police special drug wing, Eagle, which is formed after new government came into the power, they are continuously monitoring social media, they are continuously monitoring chats, and in fact financial transaction of drug peddlers or habitual offenders. So if a habitual offender is getting caught, or drug seller peddler is getting caught, their mobile will be searched, their transactions will be, whether it's a online UPI transaction or any other kind of transaction, that is being monitored. And that also led to the Eagle, the drug enforcement agency here in Hyderabad, leading them to several premier colleges and universities. Remember, one prominent medical college university students were nabbed, and they're being counseled. Earlier this month, last month itself, one prominent private university student, and they are also, it was found that several of the students were consuming drugs, they were procuring drugs, they were making transaction through UPI. So clearly this is a big racket, and now enforcement wing of Telangana police, that is investigating. Apart from that, Hyderabad city police is also investigating the entire network, how they procure drug, how they are supplying drug, who are the consumer, because getting information about consumer, whether they are addict and how to counsel them, is also a challenge. So police is also inquiring about them, and if it's a habitual offender or habitual consumer, then definitely, as per law, police is willing to take all kind of action against the consumer as well as the peddlers.
Right, Ashish there. Thank you very much for getting us all those details. Ivan Mehta, this is something that Sunita Krishnan was also mentioning. There are a host of people, and people from different, not just one particular app that something like this is happening. We're talking about Grindr here, a gay dating app. There are other dating apps, but what I want to understand from you is, all of it is built for privacy, right? But is that privacy also being misused to create such, digital drug bazaars here?
One point I'd like to make, and Sunita rightly said that this could be any platform, not just dating apps. Not all platforms are necessarily built for privacy. If you're chatting on, say, WhatsApp or Signal, the messages are end-to-end encrypted, but some of the platforms such as Telegram and some of the other social platforms, the messages are not encrypted. Some of the platforms do keep a watch on what messages are being exchanged, not particularly for, I would say, not particularly for monitoring, but to see if someone is breaking any rules. Those algorithms need to be more robust because, like you mentioned initially in the report, that a lot of them use code names just to exchange information about drugs or about other substances. We have seen numerous cases with both Bumble and Bumble, Grindr, other platforms, that there are scams on these platforms which lure users not just for drugs but extortion money. So we've seen users' safety being harmed in other ways as well. So I think it could be any platform which could be used for exchanging information, which could be drugs. And you also mentioned that these are repeat offenders. So one thing that platforms would need to do is prevent them from creating accounts and look at some signals. I understand that they might not be doing it from same ID and same information, but look
as
at
a technology expert yourself, what role can technology companies realistically play in flagging or filtering out illegal activities such as drug peddling?
Yeah, realistically, I mean, one, if a suspicious user comes across us, they have to kind of report it. If we see that there is a pattern repeating in terms of certain messages being exchanged and that pattern is being followed, they have to create detection algorithms as to file it under suspicion and possibly pass it on to authorities to investigate, not particularly the people, but also the conversation to understand that, hey, are these conversations potentially about drug peddling or something else? We've seen with Instagram as well that there is CSAM, child sexual exploitation material. Their offenders also use kind of code language. So it's not a platform-specific problem. It's as wide as any platform where you can connect with other users. It's just that it needs active monitoring and, I would say, pattern recognition and working with authorities to understand how this takes place on that particular network.
All right, Ivan Mehta and Sunita Krishnan, thank you very much for sharing your views here on this subject. And breaking news now coming in at this point of time. After a showdown with an IPS officer, Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar's NCP faction MLC, Mr. Amol Mitkari, he has demanded a UPSC probe into IPS officer Anjana Krishna's documents amid the viral video controversy that involves the Deputy Chief Minister himself. Meanwhile, the NCP Sharad Pawar MP Supriya Sule, she has slammed the police being targeted and said that attacking the credentials of IPS Anjana Krishna, it is a grave assault on our constitution. So big breaking news coming in at this point of time. Ajit Pawar's NCP, it has targeted the woman officer Anjana Krishna. This after this entire showdown with the IPS officer who was on call with the Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar's NCP. All right, let me go across to Abhishek who joins us, Abhishek Avasthi who joins us to get us more on this. Abhishek, take us through what exactly has transpired right now.
Definitely we have seen the video that has gone viral where we can see the conversation between the IPS officer and Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar. And after that entire controversy, we have seen how Ajit Pawar has reacted to it and posted on X and expressed that he doesn't meant to interfere and he respects the working. In fact, what we can understand is that on one side, Deputy Chief Minister has clarified on the entire incident, but the member of Legislative Council from NCP, Amol Mitkari, has written a letter to UPSC mentioning that there should be scrutiny of all the documents of the IPS officer, and that's where the all controversy is now brewing, on which Supriya Sule has posted on X and said that this is not right and this is how the ruling party in the state is undermining the civil servant in Maharashtra. So this controversy at one given point of time where Deputy Chief Minister has given a clarification on this entire thing, but on the other side we see opposition is directly attacking, on which Supriya Sule has posted on X and directly mentioned that the ruling party, the ruling alliance in Maharashtra is targeting that IPS officer. She's a woman officer and this is not right, not in the spirit of constitution and not in the spirit of India, because there is a letter which has been written by Amol Mitkari, who is an MLC from NCP of Ajit Pawar faction, which clearly states that to UPSC to do the scrutiny of all the documents, the caste certificate by which the probationary IPS officer has completed the civil service. So this is the point of controversy currently which is now brewing. Despite the clarification by Ajit Pawar, this not seems to end right now. Back to you.
All right, Abhishek Awasthi, thank you very much for getting us all those details. Time for a very, very short break. More news and updates on the other side.
The defender of Ladakh, India's high-altitude warrior. Meet the Zorawals.
We are on a piece of incredible Indian engineering. This compares with the best in the world. It's probably better than any light tank that's ever been built. Vishnu and I are on the Zorawal right before it goes into the hands of the Indian Army.
The first journalists on board India's new light tank, built in India for the world, an NDTV exclusive.
Hello, Moto.
Moto G96 5G. All eyes on you.
Pulling us into this country.
They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here.
Rajasthan is history, culture, and much more. And I have been reporting on all things royal for more than 25 years.
The colors, the culture, and the complexities of the Northeast is different from the rest of the country. I have been bringing the Northeast closer to the capital for over 15 years.
Madhya Pradesh is the heart of India, and I have been capturing its every beat for over 10 years.
Covering the corridors of power, what is said, what is left unsaid, and what it actually means for you and me. I have it all covered.
Kashmir is often called paradise on earth, a region that has been in a state of flux from conflict to India's crowning glory. I have been reporting and decoding Jammu and Kashmir for last 3 decades.
Vanakkam Tamil Nadu.
Well, the battle for Tamil Nadu 2026 is open now.
After Chief Minister Stalin rolls up his sleeves.
And Vijay steps in as a star challenger.
This is a mass gathering, not for cash.
Meanwhile, a former Chief Minister, Edapadi Palanisamy, begins his fight back.
The big comeback campaign by EPS has well and truly begun.
These are all the ultimate players, and this is going to be the ultimate test.
The markets move fast.
And so should your portfolio.
Expert insights, real-time stock picks.
Do I buy Ola?
Should I hold CDSL for the long term?
Buy, sell or hold.
The answers you need, straight from the expert.
Callers from India and across the world. Connect live. Ask, decide and invest wisely.
Your portfolio, your future. Ask Profit.
ब्रेकिंग न्यूज का जमाना है। सबको तिल का ताड़ और राई का पहाड़ बनाना है। ऐसे में जनता के जूते के अंदर फंसा कंकड़ कौन देखे? बड़े बड़े मुद्दों के शोर में जमीन से जुड़े मुद्दे अक्सर खो जाते हैं। लेकिन देश तरक्की तब करता है जब जनता के माथे की शिकन हमारी हेडलाइन बनती है। मैं सैयद सुहेल भारत को जीता हूं, भारत की बात बताता हूं। एनडीटीवी इंडिया पर।
Rajasthan is history, culture, and much more. And I have been reporting on all things royal for more than 25 years.
The colors, the culture, and the complexities of the Northeast is different from the rest of the country. I have been bringing the Northeast closer to the capital for over 15 years.
Madhya Pradesh is the heart of India, and I have been capturing its every beat for over 10 years, covering the corridors of power, what is said, what is left unsaid, and what it actually means for you and me. I have it all covered.
Kashmir is often called paradise on earth, a region that has been in a state of flux from conflict to India's crowning glory. I have been reporting and decoding Jammu and Kashmir for last 3 decades.
That's huge. That is a biggie. It's out of it.
गोल्ड ग्लास, क्लियर ग्लास, कार हो या नियर, सब कुछ दिखे क्लियर।
Welcome to my unit. So I'll just brief you through the mechanized platform of the Indian Army that we have here. So in mechanized, basically we have armored mechanized infantry, these two things. So I'll just take you around the equipment also, and I'll tell you what is the difference between both also.
Okay.
So
what is the difference between the tank? What is the, one is the tank and one is a
BMP.
What is the full form?
It's Boye Machino Picote. It's a Russian term.
Acha, Russian term. Acha.
Yeah. So infantry it's an infantry combat vehicle.
Okay. Similar to tank.
It's similar to tank. The main difference in this is in tank we have a crew of 3.
Okay.
But in this we also have the stick also. Stick are people, infantry people who can get down, dismount and fight.
Acha.
So that capability also we have in a BMP.
Okay.
So basically here now, this is our training area.
Okay.
In which we'll be showing you how a new driver is being trained. We'll show you the obstacle courses that we have, and we'll show you completely the way it's happening. So first we just, from here you can see we have the number plates over there, 1, 2.
Right.
These are various obstacles.
Okay.
Which the BMP and the tank will also be negotiating.
Okay.
So we have the tank head which will be leading.
Yeah.
Then we have 2 BMPs.
Okay. So does the tank have a steering wheel or levers, or how does it work?
For a tank, it's basically 2 levers we have.
2 levers.
And whereas when it comes to BMP, it is like a steering wheel, but
A very good evening, viewers. You're watching Nationwide with me, Deepak Bopana. First up, in a controversial move, the Karnataka State Cabinet has a withdrawal of 60 criminal cases that have against various groups. Now, most of these are high-profile withdrawals. They are linked to the 2019 cases which were registered against supporters of Deputy Chief Minister Shivakumar. They were all booked for stone-pelting on buses, even government offices. Despite the political weight behind the decision, it's learned that the cabinet acted against the advice of several key departments of the government itself. Now, while we spoke to the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka earlier in the day, he went on to defend this move and said there's nothing wrong in what the cabinet has done. First, let's listen to that reaction.
We have withdrawn cases of BJP supporters. We have withdrawn cases of Kannada Chilvali people. We have withdrawn cases of water agitators. We have withdrawn cases of various agitators. So when I was being arrested to the ED, and then all the BJP government at that point of time had filed to fall cases on my followers. Of course, I have written, and various BJP leaders also have written. They have filed a false case. Then after filing the false case, then the Supreme Court has cleared my case. But naturally, when they saw that it is a false cases, and the government had powers, and we have withdrawn it.
Of course, to discuss this issue, I have with me A.S. Ponnana, the legal advisor to the Karnataka Chief Minister, Mr. Siddaramaiah. He's also the MLA from Virajpet. We also have Nikhil Jain, political analyst, who's going to be backing the Congress, and Prashant GS from the BJP, all of them joining us today. But first, I want to go across straight to Mr. Ponnana. Mr. Ponnana, you're the legal advisor to the Chief Minister. Now, I read that document where they've sought the opinion of various departments, including the police, including the prosecution. They say a clear no, don't withdraw these cases. It's not in the interests of the people. But why does the cabinet time and again, the subcommittee, say, well, let's go ahead and do this? Does it happen because you want to appease any organization, appease a particular community, appease party workers? What is the compulsion really that time and again this happens? Because this is not the first time and probably not the last.
Deepak, as you rightly pointed out, withdrawing from prosecution is not the first. This has happened across the board. In fact, the lead judgments on this issue come from the state of Uttar Pradesh, which is famous or infamous for withdrawing cases of the political followers. But relating to the opinion given by the department, such opinions are only opinions. They are not binding on the cabinet, which is ultimately, the decision maker, that is the government. So in response to your question, legally, now with the new BNSS, this is just step one. Merely because the government has passed an order or issues an order after the cabinet decision to withdraw from prosecution, that does not ipso facto mean that the prosecution stands withdrawn. The prosecutor who is appearing in the cases, he must apply his mind independently and then make an application based on this government order. And then the court must also agree to this withdrawal. It is only then that if the charges are not framed, then it will stand as discharged. If charges are framed, then it will amount to an acquittal from the case. See, this is the legal process and this is the law as it stands. So let us be clear that there is...
But Mr. Ponnana, there is the legal process. Yes, you're giving us that perspective. But the question that I'm asking is, why does this happen? Why does it need to happen? Because these are some serious criminal cases. There are cases of rioting, there are cases of arson. Public property has been destroyed. Now, what are we going to tell these policemen? Some of the policemen probably were attacked in some of these cases. And more importantly, this decision, a similar decision was taken a few months ago. I remember in 2024 towards the end of December. And that time they challenged it in the Karnataka High Court. The High Court clearly said that, this is not right. And they came down quite heavily on the government. But again, 6 months later, a decision like this being taken. Do you think it's right?
You see, now it is a collective decision of the cabinet. I am nobody to sit in judgment over this decision. All I can tell you is, within its power, well within its domain, to withdraw from prosecution, subject to the due process of law as envisaged under Section 360 now, under the new BNSS, 320 if I am not mistaken, under the old Act, under the old procedure code. But the question is that, for example, let me just give you a quick example. Recently, we withdrew from land acquisition in Devanali, which you also extensively reported. In protest for the acquisition, several farmers and organizations, Dalit Samitis, all of them had participated in the protests against the land acquisition. So while withdrawing from the land acquisition, we also assured them that we'll withdraw from the prosecution as well. You see, this is not a new phenomena. Protests, public protests, political protests, at times leading to prosecutions, withdrawing from it is quite common. It is there all over the country. It has happened in Karnataka. It has happened elsewhere also. But these are not acts of some terrorist activities or anti-national activities where they're withdrawing from. And in fact, the new code also provides for hearing the victim. So let us understand the background of these cases. These are all, political issues where they have all participated in protests, participated in public agitation, and being prosecuted. So the government of the day is well within its right to withdraw from such prosecution cases.
Right. Interesting perspective that you've given us, Mr. Ponnana. Thank you for your time. I'll leave it at that. I'll now go across to the other two panelists who are with us, Prashant GS of the BJP and also Nikhil Jain, political analyst, who's of course siding with the Congress today on the panel. Firstly, Prashant, now the BJP has been crying foul last time when the cases were withdrawn and now as well. But I want to ask the BJP here, because I asked Mr. Ponnana this as well. This is not a trend of today. It has been done in the past. It has been done under Mr. B.S. Yediyurappa's regime. It has been done under Mr. Bommai's regime. And it has been done in the past before that as well. So why does it happen? And today when you condemn the Congress government, do you feel that it was justified for you to do it because you've set the precedent as well?
Deepak, first to reply to what Mr. Ponnana said, it's really shameful that he likened withdrawing cases on protesters involved in arson and rioting and who are involved in damaging public property to farmers who are agitating for their land. So therefore, that particular comparison itself is absurd and really shameful that he has made that comparison. Be that as it may. Now, look at the intent behind withdrawal of these cases. These people were arrested for serious charges of damage to public property, public servants, the police were also harmed during that, arson, and stone pelting when DK Shivakumar was arrested in an ED case. And now these people have been let off, or their government wants to let them off because
that's few of the cases. They are also saying there are cases against farmers which have been dropped. They're also saying there are cases against pro-Kannada groups that have been dropped. So these are 60 cases that we're talking about, not just the 11.
Fine. See, Deepak, ultimately, the objective was to bring out people who supported DK Shivakumar in his for stone pelting when he was arrested. So, and maybe government is looking at those people to be used for rigging the elections of the local bodies which they want to conduct through ballot papers. So we don't know, because otherwise, why on earth would DK Shivakumar want the same stone pelters now released much before the elections are announced? We don't know. We have to look at from that point of view also as to why Congress wants these anti-social elements now out freely roaming just before the elections. And when it came to DJ Halli and KJ Halli also, Congress, to appease a particular community, withdrew all the cases, and at that point in time, it is even more shameful that the same writers had torched the property belonging to then Congress MLA. Even then, Congress chose
Nikhil, I want you to come in.
justice.
I want you to come in. The BJP says that these are very serious cases of rioting. It happened in the past with the Hubli riots of 2022. Cases were withdrawn. Now, once again, you're doing it. These are not small cases, is the claim by the BJP.
But the problem is that the BJP doesn't realize what a serious offence is and what a serious offence is. And first of all, I'll point out the fallacy in the argument of the BJP spokesperson. At one point, he says these people are released much before the local body elections. At another point, he says they're released just before the elections. He needs to make up his mind whether these people are released before the local body elections or much before the local body elections.
You announced elections on ballot paper and you want...
Hold on, Prashant. Let him complete.
I did not interject, Prashant.
I'm
I did not interject.
You raised a point, I'm clarifying.
All right, and let me also clarify for the viewers,
Prashant.
Prashant, that's not fair. Prashant, that's not fair, yaar. I wasn't interjecting you. Let me put out the facts for your viewers that the local body elections are a year from now, September. We are in September 25. The local body elections would be in September 2026. So to somehow release, link the withdrawal of these prosecution cases against certain individuals to those local body elections, that's a very fallacious argument to make, number one. Number two, of the 60 cases withdrawn, some have been also withdrawn against BJP members. The Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka is on record making that statement. So it is not just a matter of the BJP or the Congress. Thirdly, when you talk about cases of rioting and arson, I am a lawyer and I'm sure, Deepak, you would have covered numerous cases where somebody has been put in for a case of arsoning just because they were burning somebody's effigy, or when somebody was, congregating in a crowd in a protest, and they were charged
in the Hubli riots of 2022 when it was withdrawn 6-7 months ago. There was rioting which actually happened. Stones were pelted at a police station. Vehicles were torched. Even now, you're talking about the Chittapur case. It was a serious offence. So we're not just talking about any offence here, Nikhil. So that has to be looked into. The gravity of the offence is important. But that's not even the question. I want to ask both of you all. We have about 30 seconds left. So I don't want to delve too much into these little minute aspects. But the larger issue here is if the Congress is going to be in power and if they think that they'll withdraw cases against certain members, certain organizations, and the BJP does the same, are you not giving a lifeline to criminals?
First of all, let me make it very clear that under Section 360 of the BNSS, no withdrawal of prosecution can take place without the consent of the court. So if the court thinks that these cases should not be withdrawn, that these people are indeed prima facie guilty of it, the court will not allow such withdrawal. And that is where it
Intent is the issue here.
Okay, very quickly, 20 seconds, Prashant. I just have 20 seconds.
Yes, Deepak, the intent is the issue and the timing is suspect because ultimately the court will decide and we will obey the court orders. But the intent of the government is to ensure that to place it before the court that government wants to let them free, which means for the government, these incidents which helped DK Shivakumar in whichever way, they pelted stones when he was being arrested, he wants to reward them. That is the point they want to make before the court.
Okay, the BJP feels that the withdrawal of cases is to really reward some of the party workers. The Congress believes otherwise. It's for the people, of course, to decide if this is right or wrong. With that, I'm thanking both our panelists. That's it from me. We're slipping into a quick break.
Hello, Moto.
Moto G96 5G. All eyes on you.
Presenting the all-knowing, all-powerful Tech Guru.
Whoa. Guru? I'm no guru.
Okay.
I'm just a guy who loves his tech.
A show where the mysteries of megabytes and motherboards shall be unraveled.
Bro, nobody talks like that anymore. This is all about connected ecosystems, EVs and AI that you can use in your daily lives. We aren't talking about time travel yet.
Gadgets tested under extreme conditions.
But why? I review tech for people like you and me. You know what? Let me take it from here.
All right.
Tech isn't that complicated. In fact, it's about making our lives simpler, better, and more fun. That's what we do on Tech 360. Real talk, real reviews, tech that you can actually use.
Tech has changed. So should your tech show.
Other opposition parties. They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here.
The markets move fast.
And so should your portfolio. Expert insights, real-time stock picks.
Do I buy Ola?
Should I hold CDSL for the long term?
Buy, sell or hold.
The answers you need, straight from the experts.
Callers from India and across the world. Connect live, ask, decide and invest wisely.
Your portfolio, your future. Ask Profit.
We see the problems, but you as a social entrepreneur see the solutions. You are not just creating solution, you are creating a future where everyone has a chance to thrive. For the change makers, the innovators, the ones building a better world. one solution at a time. The Adani Green Talk Social Impact Awards are created for you. Green Talk Social Impact Awards 2025, coming soon.
Before we began this episode, Vishnu was walking around this gun right now and having a really good time. Vishnu, the weapons. Let's talk about the weapons right now.
No, I think the weapons are absolutely incredible. And Commodore, why don't you come in on this? This is an upgraded gun mount. Eventually, all of the ships of this class will have this upgraded gun mount. She carries BrahMos missiles, MR SAMs as well. How does this represent one of the most formidable capabilities for ships of this class, not just in the region, but anywhere in the world?
So Vishnu, I would like to highlight one very important aspect in this class of ships, and that is the indigenous fire punch that we packed with us. So weapons, sensors are very complex systems, and very few countries across the world have this capability to have very potent and very credible weapon and sensor package. So what the P-17 Alpha class of ship gets to the table is the fact that the larger majority of our weapons are indigenous. They are built, designed and operated and maintained thereafter throughout their life cycle by the companies and the wherewithal of India. And that's a really proud moment for us to have this opportunity and this capability with us.
If it matters,
have left several areas flooded. In fact, Sector 135 is the worst hit, with homes, offices and the arterial roads under knee-deep water. Even Sector 125 too is battling severe waterlogging, throwing traffic and daily routines out of gear. Time for a very short break. More news and updates on the other side.
Hello, Moto.
Moto G96 5G. All eyes on you.
हेलो बोलिए मैडम, डब्बा ट्रेडिंग कब से चल रहा है पता है मैडम आपको? हम और आप तो जन्म भी नहीं हुआ था हमारा.
We investigated a shady advisory firm that has spent big bucks on advertising on the front pages of national dailies.
ये आपको बिल्कुल उसका ऐसे हल्का सा भी खौफ नहीं है?
मैडम एक बात को खौफ किस लिए रखना चाहिए तो बताओ, कौन सा गलत काम कर रहा हूँ मैं?
After our report, we also saw NSE came out with a cautionary circular to the investors. Market Regulator Securities and Exchange Board of India has also come out with a release talking about the actions that it has taken. Cyber complaint has also been filed against the entities involved in this entire Dabba trading scam.
India's defence game is no longer evolving, it's transforming. The NDTV Defence Summit 2025 brings together the sharpest minds. One day, big conversations, bold ideas. The mission is clear. Stay ready. Stay ahead. Leading from the front, the Honourable Defence Minister, Rajnath Singh. The NDTV Defence Summit 2025. Warfare in the 21st century.
Rajasthan is history, culture and much more. And I have been reporting on all things royal for more than 25 years.
The colors, the culture and the complexities of the Northeast is different from the rest of the country. I have been bringing the Northeast closer to the capital for over 15 years. Madhya Pradesh is the heart of India, and I have been capturing its every beat for over 10 years, covering the corridors of power, what is said, what is left unsaid, and what it actually means for you and me. I have it all covered.
Kashmir is often called paradise on earth, a region that has been in a state of flux. From conflict to India's crowning glory, I have been reporting and decoding Jammu and Kashmir for last 3 decades.
Vanakkam Tamil Nadu. Well, the battle for Tamil Nadu 2026 is open now.
After Chief Minister Stalin rolls up his sleeves.
And Vijay steps in as a star challenger.
This is a mass gathering, not for cash.
Meanwhile, a former Chief Minister, Edapadi Palanisamy, begins his fight back.
The big
Until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
That's huge. That is a biggie. It's out there.
Gold Plus Clear Glass. Far ho ya near, sab kuch dikhe clear.
ब्रेकिंग न्यूज का जमाना है, सबको तिल का ताड़ और राई का पहाड़ बनाना है। ऐसे में जनता के जूते के अंदर फंसा कंकड़ कौन देखे? बड़े बड़े मुद्दों के शोर में जमीन से जुड़े मुद्दे अक्सर खो जाते हैं, लेकिन देश तरक्की तब करता है जब जनता के माथे की शिकन हमारी हेडलाइंस बनती है। मैं सैयद सुहेल भारत को जीता हूं, भारत की बात बताता हूं। NDTV इंडिया पर।
We see the problems, but you as a social entrepreneur see the solutions. You are not just creating solution, you are creating a future where everyone has a chance to thrive. For the change makers, the innovators, the ones building a better world, one solution at a time. The Adani Green Talk Social Impact Awards are created for you. Green Talk Social Impact Awards 2025, coming soon.
Pulling us
Other
into this
opposition
country.
parties. They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. Welcome to the Southern View. Our top focus tonight is the turbulence in Tamil Nadu politics. How is the AIDMK looking at the prospects of expanding, and also on the raging controversy over BDs and Bihar by Kerala Congress ex-handle? Has political discourse now been reduced to stereotyping, defaming and bringing out our regional biases in a very crude way? But first up, the headlines. Donald Trump snipes after Modi-Xi Putin meeting. Trump says lost India to deep, dark China. NDTV Save Abijot campaign resonates. Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann and actor Sonu Sood have extended support. Biggest defense boost for Bharat now after Operation Sindoor. Big defense upgrade. India eyes hypersonic weapons. NDTV accesses 15-year roadmap. Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister reacts to viral phone call. Ajit Pawar in back foot in the midst of a backlash. Ajit Pawar's NCP targets officer after showdown. Mumbai cops issue a lookout notice against Shilpa Shetty, the actor, and also against her husband, Raj Kundra. A fraud case has been registered against Shilpa Shetty and also Raj Kundra. The couple has been accused of embezzling 60 crores. Well, we start with some breaking news now. In a dramatic incident in Tamil Nadu's Thanjavur district, Patali Makkal Kachi, PMK Town Panchayat President M.A. Stalin narrowly escaped an attack at his office on Thursday when a three-member gang hurled country-made bombs after being prevented from moving closer to him. Police said 2 persons, including Stalin supporter Ilayaraja, sustained minor injuries while a window pane and few items in the office were damaged. I took refuge in the washroom, otherwise they would have killed me. That's what Stalin has told NDTV, narrating how he managed to escape by locking himself inside. A senior police officer has meanwhile said that the motive of this attack is not known. My colleague Sam Daniel joins us with more details on this. Sam, how was the investigation proceeding in this case? We've heard of these, instances in the past where PMK and VCK cadre would get involved in these kind of incidents. But with regard to this specific one, what is the police saying?
At the moment, the motive police say is not clear, Vasudha, but they suspect it could be a personal enmity between the PMK leader who was about to be attacked and the alleged gang. Based on the CCTV footage and based on eyewitness reports, investigation is underway. The police is quite hopeful that very soon they'll be able to secure the accused. And the CCTV images show these men coming by car, and investigators say they had barged into the office room of this town panchayat president, attempted to reach out to that leader, but his supporters blocked him. By then, he had entered into a washroom and locked himself up. And as they left the office room, they hurled country-made bombs in which 2 men suffered injuries, and there was some minor damage to the property as well. And supporters of this leader Stalin also indulged in a protest, and at one point they set fire for tires. But now police say investigation is underway. Situation certainly, the opposition has slammed the ruling DMK, citing this is yet another example of what they call the declining, and it's at its peak, as they call it. The PMK leader Anbumani Ramadas has said that the rulers should put down their head in shame, and the senior Ramadas has said this leader ought to be given protection by the police, and BJP state Nainar Nagendran has also said this indicates the kind of law and order when a leader could be attacked in broad light at his own office. The DMK, of course, has denied these allegations, saying that despite best attempts by prevent this kind of incidents because of personal enmity,
Right.
often these things happen. But in every such case, they say police have taken tough action, ensured speedy justice and conviction.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sam Daniel, for joining us with those important details. A PMK district panchayat head has been attacked, and while police are investigating this case, PMK has also accused the DMK ruling government of not ensuring law and order was in place in the state. Moving on to other news from the south of India. Well, a now deleted social media post from the Kerala Congress comparing BD and Bihar has triggered a storm. What was apparently intended as a satire on proposed GST rates for BDs has instead snowballed into charges of regional insult, with the NDA allies in Bihar calling this completely shameful and politically arrogant. Now, the Congress, of course, has deleted the post and clarified that the intent was to criticize the tax policy, not the people of Bihar. But the big question here, in a deeply diverse country like India, where political communication can easily inflame regional pride, should parties not exercise greater restraint and responsibility in their messaging? That's the question we ask today evening. We are joined by a panel of guests, but first, here are some reactions.
This is the negative thinking of the Congress, which we have seen over many decades now. In fact, this has started manifesting itself in their day-to-day affairs. The frustration that they are losing public support, the frustration that the Gandhi family is no more liked by the people of India, is reflecting in their actions. I think it is condemnable that the Congress sought to insult the people of Bihar. First they insulted Prime Minister Narendra Modi's mother. Then now they have insulted the people of Bihar. I don't know who they will insult tomorrow. You also all be careful. They will start attacking the media.
बिहार की पहचान बीड़ी और बिहार से है. अरे बिहार बुद्धिमान बिहार है. तेजस्वी यादव जी, गेंद आपके पाले में है। क्या बिहार बीड़ी का पर्याय है? हिम्मत है तो केवल उम्मीदवार बनने के लिए राजनीति में चरण पादुका मत धोइए। सच यह है कि बिहारी स्वाभिमान से जीता है और बिहार आत्मसम्मान के लिए जाना जाता है।
तो कांग्रेस सफाई दे रही है, कह रही है कि हैक कर गया था आईडी, इसीलिए
नहीं, अब जो भी है ये गलत ट्वीट था, इसका हम लोग समर्थन नहीं करते।
तो कांग्रेस सफाई दे रही है, कह रही है कि हैक कर गया था आईडी, इसीलिए
नहीं, अब जो भी है ये गलत ट्वीट था, इसका हम लोग समर्थन नहीं करते।
देखिए, किसी भी स्टेट को, किसी भी स्टेट के वासियों को किसी इस तरह की चीज़ से तुलना करना नहीं चाहिए। मैंने तो वो ट्वीट नहीं देखा है किस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में क्या किए हैं। अगर ऐसा किए हैं तो हम लोग कहेंगे कि उनको वापस लें, क्योंकि इस तरीके का किसी भी स्टेट के लोगों के साथ हम लोग बर्दाश्त नहीं करेंगे।
We have Dr. Karuna Sagar, spokesperson of the Congress Party, joining us. We have Tuhin Sinha, national spokesperson, BJP. We have Ajit Kumar Jha, consulting editor, NDTV, joining us now. Thank you all of you for being here. Tuhin Sinha, to you first. The Congress basically says that it's not just the Congress Party, even the RJD leader, Tejasvi Yadav, have said that they have nothing to do with this particular comment that was made on Kerala Congress. How do you react to this?
Good evening, Vasudha. Good evening, everybody. A very happy Onam to all the viewers. Well, Congress Party has been on an abusing spree in the last few days, whether it is the deceased mother of Prime Minister Modi, or now equating Bihar with BD. The condescending attitude of Congress Party towards Bihar is very clear. Now, just a few months ago, Rahul Gandhi was in Tamil Nadu and he was rooting for BD workers of Tamil Nadu. He was asking for GST rates of BD to be dropped. Now, when it has been dropped, they clearly seem to have a different parameter for Bihar, towards which the condescending attitude is very clear. A few days back, they had showcased Stalin in a rally in Bihar. Stalin is the same person whose party has been, abusing Biharis. Dayanadi Maran has gone to the extent of equating Biharis with toilet cleaners. So, I mean, the Congress Party and the RJD, more than the Congress Party, the RJD needs to introspect. Simply by shrugging off the remark, simply by saying that they don't have anything to do with it, I don't think it suffices. The Bihari pride is being insulted time and again by this Congress Party, and I think the RJD should show some spine and, ask some pointed questions to the Congress Party.
Dr. Karuna, how do you look at this episode, sir? Because as a woman, I do think that this reflects this pattern of political discourse slipping into casual insensitivity, South Indians taking on North Indians, North Indian taking on South Indians. I mean, this is clearly not good for the country and this is offensive stereotyping. Clearly, there are some filters that need to be put in place.
You see, Vasudha, Bihar needs debate about much more serious issues than this BD, this deleted tweet, and where the clarification has come. This tweet was not from AICC. The tweet was from Kerala PCC. And the moment the leadership came to know about it, it was deleted with an apology that anybody's sentiment has been heard. We apologize. But today, look, we are discussing this on a prime time television. This is what BJP wants. This is the toolkit of BJP. Whenever the election comes, they are fishing for issues. And they've been doing it again and again in different states. See, today, Bihar, issue is whether the democracy has survived or democracy has been stolen. 65 lakh people have been disenfranchised in collusion with the government and the election commission. Rahul Gandhi's voter adhikar yatra and
Dr. Karuna, I completely get your point that, this could even be something that shouldn't be discussed. But, you are talking about an important topic like GST. Why would you want to stereotype this? Discussion was not started by the media. It came from a tweet of Kerala Congress, isn't it? So when serious topics have to be debated, political parties, the opposition party specifically, has to also ensure that it puts out the right kind of discourse for us to take note, isn't it?
You see, Vasudha, the Kerala Congress wouldn't be talking or doesn't have to talk about Bihar.
So Kerala, UDF in Kerala is the most important party now, sir. It is one party which Rahul Gandhi has represented in the past. Priyanka Gandhi is an MP from there, so that's a state we are looking at with a lot of seriousness for your party, you know, even if we want to cover it with a lot of objectivity. So I do feel, let me ask this question to Tuhin Sinha. See, there's an important point that Karuna Sagar is talking about. He's saying that real issues get diluted. But then what does one do when something like this happens? Because at the end of the day, language is important for any kind of communication, and it is the foundation of politics in the country as well.
Well, you know, obviously we want to discuss real issues. Bihar's GDP growth in the last year has been to the tune of 14.5%. Let's discuss that. But it is the Congress party, it is, you know, the Congress Kerala handle which acts as a henchman for the overall party. This is not the first time. You would recall, this is not the first time Kerala Congress X handle has tweeted something so obnoxious. And the issue is not about BDs. I don't know why the Congress party is not getting it. The issue is about Biharis. It's about Bihari pride. Bihar is a land of IAS officers, of civil servants. Bihar is a land of educationists. Bihar is a land of very erudite and hardworking people. To equate Bihar with BD consumption, I think that's the point which the Congress party is missing out. And this is not the first time. Like I mentioned, just 3 or 4 days ago, they showcased Stalin at a rally in Bihar. What was the point? We have known the way DMK has insulted Biharis time and again in the last few years. So
okay, let me get in Ajit Kumar Jha here. Dr. Sagar, I'll come to you in just a bit. Mr. Jha, as a person who covers Bihar politics very intensely, help us understand, does this apology or the deletion or the tweet really matter to people of Bihar? Because this is about sentiments, but are there real issues like Dr. Karuna is talking about, that is what is going to matter?
Well, let me begin by saying that the post by Kerala Congress was absolutely abominable, reprehensible, and you know, I think the Congress party officially should apologize for it. Not only the Kerala Congress. I had made a similar statement when someone in Darbhanga had insulted the Prime Minister's mother. I had said if the Congress party seniors would have apologized, the BJP's political attack would have been disarmed. The same thing would have happened if Rahul Gandhi or the Congress president would have apologized. I mean, think of it. Kerala is the most literate state of the country. We have leaders like Shashi Tharoor from there, and now comes this Kerala Congress tweet, which is so demeaning for Bihar, which sends highest number of workers, migrant workers, to Kerala for work. So this is not only anti-Bihar, it's anti-working class. After all, I have seen Kerala working class working in the Middle East. They also smoke BD. So I think this kind of attitude is pure arrogance, and Congress is known for its blunder. I would say B is for blunder. I mean, you know, remember Manishankar Iyer's famous sort of attack on the Prime Minister, calling him Neech. Now this, and this comes exactly at the time of the elections. So obviously the Bihar's people's sensitivity would be hurt. Now, having said that, obviously the real issues of Bihar is not this BD tweet, but real issues are unemployment, out-migration of the people, you know, decline in education, decline in health. Those will remain the real issues. Congress has even tried to make the SIR and its you know, implementation, its bad implementation as Bihar, as a big issue. They have called it, you know, vote chor, gaddi chhod. So those will remain the core issues. But I think the Congress party needs to get out of its high horse and become less arrogant. And imagine Kerala Congress of all places. It's, as I said, Kerala
this
Congress.
Was like Tuhin was expecting, we all expected Kerala Congress. You know, Kerala Congress has this certain side to it. You know, some may call it witty, some may call it full of snide, but it also gets completely offensive at times.
Sleazy is the word.
Okay, Dr. Karuna Sagar, Mr. Jha made this important point that political leaders have to bring in that kind of accountability. And I'm talking about all parties here, Tuhin. We have seen even BJP leaders in the past do this, you know, especially with regard to women. We saw the Delhi elections where Ramesh Biduri's statements, and I was very happy that, you know, people voted him out. So clearly people speak, but Dr. Karunasagar, do you think that national leadership of your party also needs to step in at times like this and clear the air that Congress party does not stand for this?
You see, our leadership has the greatest respect for Bihar and the Biharis. I come from Bihar. And like Mr. Tuhin Sinha said, I have been an IPS officer and I have been other cadre, but I am a Bihari. So, Rahul Gandhi has spent 17 days continuously in the state and talking about the issue which is important, that is SIR. Today, you go to Bihar and every youth, every person is talking about SIR. They could not contest the kind of churning that the Rahul Gandhi's Yatra created. And that is why first they started with the Prime Minister's abuse, where some unknown person used a stage, abandoned the stage, and he was arrested, he has been remanded and everything. But they called for a Bandh. The Bandh was a super flop, and not only flop, it shows the real character and the color of BJP. The way they abused elderly people, women who were going to schools, school teachers, children, nobody was spared. And the kind of abuses that were used by the BJP leaders in Bihar about the Congress leadership is absolutely abhorrent.
Okay,
So
let me get it. Tuhin Sinha, Dr.
idea
Karuna
is-
making this point, making this claim that the BJP is overdoing this aspect about the abuse on the Prime Minister's mother. Everybody thinks that this is completely, abominable. But the Congress party is saying that you are using this to digress from real issues. The was something that did not work. How would you respond to that?
The real issues are playing out every day. GST reforms would be the real issues on the ground. But if the Congress party thinks it can get away with any kind of uncouth, savage behavior, we will not allow them to get away with it. Bihar is the land of Sita Maiya. Bihar is the land of Chanakya. Bihar is the land of Gautam Buddha. In that land, if they think that they